What's up, guys? Jedi Warrior back again with yet another Lego Star Wars review. This is the 20th anniversary or 2019 Slave 1, which is Boba Fett's ship. It is I think that, I'll get technical here for a minute. I think the ship is a modified fire spray class attack ship, which I think in its flight position looks like a helmet, which is weird. I will note that I found the wings on this set to be a problem a little bit, but I will talk about that in just a minute. Let's review the figures first, which I love. Love the figures in this set. Whoops. The first one you get is Han Solo, which I think I liked the flatter hairpiece for Han Solo better than this one, but this one's okay. It's more detailed on him. It's the same one they used for the Han Solo movie, the younger Han Solo, but I still think I prefer the flatter one. But he looks good. Same Han Solo as ever. He's got the shorter blaster pistol. He has detailing on his leg for his holster, which I've always liked. And then he has a second facial expression. I don't really know a lot about this one. But the next one you get, I know a great deal about. It is Boba Fett, which I kind of think, being his ship, he should have been the first one you get in the set. But he looks really good, as usual. Past few years, Boba Fett's have looked amazing. Got great detailing on him. He has a small cloth piece that you put on before you put on his jetpack piece, and you slide it to the side, and it's kind of like a pauldron. Almost looks like a side cape, like an over-the-shoulder cape, which would be interesting. But the helmet is the same mold it's been for years, and you have the targeting rangefinder that you plug into the side of the helmet that you can actually flip down to be in front of his face to look like he's using it. He has a new blaster build that I've never seen before for him. He uses one of the double-barreled cannon, or double-barreled, I think it's almost like a double-barreled rifle or shotgun molds. That he uses a base for one of those, and then puts a handle, like a lightsaber handle, on the lower stud or lower pin of that. It makes the top one the scope, which I found interesting. But he looks good. He also has a jetpack mold on his back, like I mentioned before. And then third, you get Forlom. He was one of the bounty hunters that lined up for Vader on the bridge of the Star Destroyer in Empire Strikes Back. And his head mold interests me. He's a droid, so he has a mechanical head mold like that. I'm not really sure how to describe it. He's kind of got like the bug eyes look going on, and he has a long rifle. And the exclusive figure of the set, or the major exclusive figure of the set, is Suckets, which we have never had before in Lego. He looks good. He's the last bounty hunter that they have not made for the ones that lined up for Vader. They have never made him until now. He uses the new piece for the, I guess, like robe detailing that they used to just use a plain brick for, but the brick always fell off, or the top of the body always fell off of the brick. But now they made a new mold for it. That head mold is very bug-like. I like it. And he uses the full double-barreled shotgun type piece that Boba Fett only used the half of. And then you have the 20th anniversary exclusive Leia for the set. It's the Leia from 2000. Yeah, I think it's just from 2000. She came in the first Millennium Falcon set. But she has a print on her back that says 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, 1999 to 2019. Crazy that it's been that long. And this is my first original trilogy Princess Leia that I've gotten. I've had Endor Leia, I had Hoth Leia, but this is the first New Hope Leia that I had, which was nice for me because I wanted to get one from all three original trilogy episodes. She uses the old style of blaster, the megaphone piece, backward with a stud on it, and she comes with a stand that is exclusively printed. Which, okay. They can also be connected together. The 5 exclusive figures can be connected together via their stands, which I have done. I don't have all 5 of them because I didn't get the 20th anniversary snowspeeder. I have a snowspeeder already. I didn't need one. But let's get into the sets. I've talked about the figures enough. In its landed position, it looks like the back is the front, which is weird. It looks like it's backwards, but it's not. The whole cockpit canopy comes off. It's one piece, and Fett's chair rotates inside, where you can get in facing the front, or when it takes off and lifts, it's gravity fed, so it rotates backward until he's facing out the front instead of down forward. I personally have found that it's hard to get him in there because of the fact that the seat rolls. Every time I try to get him in there, it rolls back on me and I lose my grip on him. I, in fact, once lost my grip on him and he fell down the back into the interior of the ship where I couldn't get to him unless I tore it apart. So I'm thinking, how the heck am I supposed to get this guy out? I'm tipping this thing around, rolling it around, trying to get him down to where I can grab him from behind the cockpit. Finally, I realize he's in the bottom of it, so I pulled the handle out and he fell out the bottom of the ship, which I now realize that's probably why they left a hole there. Which is kind of amusing. But on the front of the ship, or bottom, when it's facing up, or when it's up in its flight position, you have 2 guns that rotate all the way around. There's kind of a little stoppage because of the plating on the bottom, or on the, it's kind of like a protrusion from the bottom of the ship or front of the ship. And there's plating on the sides of it, and when you spin these cannons around, it's like it hits the sides of the plating and blocks it. But other than that, those cannons go all over the place. The wings also rotate, so when you flip it forward, they're weighted, as well as the cockpit canopy, to where when you flip it forward, they will spin into the right position. I had a little bit of trouble with mine originally, but I think we got it fixed. There's a compartment in the bottom front of the ship where you can put the Han Solo carbonite panel, which I didn't know that when you flip it up to fly it, it kind of, if you don't have it tilted back a little in the way it's supposed to be, that plate will fall out. There are 2 red kind of push buttons on the back that will shoot the spring-loaded shooters in the front. Whoops, knocked the cockpit off. They will shoot the spring-loaded shooters in the front whenever you push them down. And I've never accidentally hit them, and those spring-loaded shooters are absolutely buried in there. There's a handle that pulls out of the back of the ship, which is nice because Carrying that thing without a handle would be a nightmare. Detailing on the bottom of the ship is a little weird because they use they put clips in on the bottom rear, and one of them is obviously for Boba Fett's blaster, but there's two there, and you have nothing else to put. Also, when you put Boba Fett's blaster in there, it kind of sticks out. I guess you could put one of the other weapons in there, but no one else fits in the ship. Well, you're supposed to be able to put Han Solo in the carbonite panel that they give you for him, but I can never figure out how to do that properly. It never will stay for me. Don't know why. Guess it just don't like me, which, what else is new? But that is about it for this set. It retailed for $120, which in some people's eyes might be a lot, my parents included. We're poor. That's a joke. We're not that poor. But I've wanted a Slave One ever since I started collecting Lego Star Wars back in like 2014. The Snowspeeder was my first set. And they came out with this one. I could never get a hold of it because it was always too expensive. And by the time I had the money, I got screwed out of it. Which, speaking of getting screwed out of Lego sets, here's a funny story, and I might as well tell it now. In 2015, they released a Imperial Shuttle Titanium set, which I wanted that set quite a lot. Let's just say it that way, or let's just say it that way. And they released the set. It was $100. I had like 30, 40. I think I had 35. And I got $10 one day, and I went to the store with Mom and Dad because we needed to get stuff. That Imperial Shuttle that was retailed for $100 was discounted down to like 50, I believe. I said, hey, I'm almost there. So I went home that day. I asked my brother for $5. I said, dude, I will pay you back. Hey, after 5-6 years of paying people back for or money they've loaned me to buy a set right there in the store, hey, my credit is good. But he gives me the $5. We go to the store the next day. It had been discounted to $25, and some idiot had bought all. There was like 4 or 5 sets there. Some idiot had bought all 4 of them. I have never been so ticked off in my life. I was mad. But I've never gotten screwed out of the set like that since then. Thank God. I've just not been able to find them. But I've never had something like that happen to me, other than that one time. I was almost mad enough for it to be funny. And after I cooled off a bit, it was kind of funny. Just that some bozo bought all 3 of them and probably sold all 3 of them on eBay for their retail price when he only had to spend $75 on all of them. $100 on all of them. He made $300 or $400 out of it. That annoyed me. It still does that people do that, but that's enough of me rambling on. And that's it for now. Peace out.